in Stockholm, I did not pass up the opportunity to visit an iconic Swedish name. Not just in aviation, but also in military defense. I was welcomed to the SAAB Visitor Center by Per Stenflet, who walked me through the company's unique history and line of products. Starting, of course, with the SAAB Gripen fighter.
This has a new engine. It's a little bit bigger because it's taking more fuel.
Yes, so longer range.
Longer range, yeah, more thrust.
The first of the Gripen series was developed in the 1980s, designed to be powerful, easy to maintain, and cost-effective. Over the years, SAAB has constantly improved the Gripen to become an excellent performing multi-role fighter. Aside from aeronautics, SAAB also provides solutions for land combat, naval systems, surveillance, and even air traffic management and safety. SAAB began in 1937, just as Europe braced for another world war. To protect its neutral stance and sovereignty, the Swedish government decided to build a strong air force. The limited resources available gave rise to innovative thinking and daring technology, qualities that SAAB is known for today. But to be able to really understand Sweden's aviation heritage and see the Gripen up close, I had to go back to its roots, the city of Linköping. Linköping is an old cultural city that was quite rural at the turn of the century. But before I visit the SAAB headquarters, I first dropped by another landmark in the city, the Flygvapen, or Swedish Air Force Museum.
I'll tell you that this aircraft museum is one of the biggest in the world. So altogether we have around 330 aircrafts.
Wow, that's a lot.
And all have been joining the Swedish Air Force, all except one. And many of them are built in Sweden too.
The museum contains an impressive collection of aircraft, tracing Swedish aviation history, from its pioneers to the periods of development between, during, and after the wars.
We tried to buy aircraft from every country in the world, but they said no, because everyone knew that a new world war was coming on. The Swedish government said we have to build our own aircraft, and they asked Volvo, the car company, they asked SKF, and they asked several big factories. Everyone said no, until they asked the government railroad system, SJ, that had a firm in Linköping called ASJ. And they asked, can you make aircrafts?
That's how it started.
Yes.
I see.
When the first airplane was built, the first one, they changed the name to Swedish Aero Company, SAAB.
Thus, SAAB began. Armed with their experience and knowledge of foreign aircraft, they were able to determine what they really wanted for their own air force. The first plane they built was the SAAB B-17, a single-engine, two-seater that can be reconfigured as a dive bomber, vertical bomber, or reconnaissance aircraft, depending on the engine.
And this is the first aircraft in the world that was built totally in metal.
By 1945, the engineers unveiled a third plane, the SAAB 21A, a highly advanced fighter with twin tail booms, ejection seat, and a pusher propeller. This design eventually became Sweden's first jet.
But this one was the first with a pushing propeller.
Yes, only one, yes.
And what did they gain from that? They could be the first aircraft with a nose wheel. Without a propeller, they could have a quite heavy cannon in the front.
Right.
The jet-powered J-29, called the Flying Barrel, evolved into the sleek Draken. And the powerful Viggen eventually developed into the cutting-edge Gripen. The Gripen has developed into one of the world's best multi-role fighters. I found myself in SAAB's headquarters in Linköping to see the aircraft up close. Turns out, I even had to dress the part.
We're standing here in front of the Gripen C version. The C stands for its single-seat aircraft. This is a quite small aircraft.
Very maneuverable.
It's very maneuverable. It's hard to see actually from visual sensation and also from radar detection.
Andre and I did the 360 of the fighter, and I couldn't help but admire its many interesting design features, including its iconic canard design.
So Andre, this is a special feature of the Gripen. I was wondering how it works and how effective it is.
We talked a little bit of the maneuverability of the Gripen, and it's very agile. And the hardest one to fight with, that's the one that you're not able to see. So we talked about the size, but also the maneuverability. You know, like a wasp around you and it hits you all the time.
Yes.
So you need to have a great level of maneuverability. And one of those things that we have a digital flight control system, and this is a canard, for example. So the computer's running at all time because it's an unstable aircraft, very agile during turning. And so when I'm flying around with the stick, I'm demanding the computers to give me 100%, 100%, 100%.
Correct.
So it's a carefree system.
Designed to be lightweight and with a highly configurable arsenal of weaponry, the Gripen can also seamlessly change between air-to-air, air-to-surface, and reconnaissance mission in one sortie if needed. Another notable advantage is its high operational ability and quick turnaround.
It's very easy to maintain and from a technical side,
right,
to be able to work with the Gripen.
Independently, you don't have to open everything.
No. You have the accessibility on the whole aircraft. For example, we're able to change engine within 1 hour, and that's very unique to
Yes.
fighter aircraft. But it's a good thing when we're talking about the fighter aircraft.
It's like you're in a racing team.
It's all about the timing, because if you're not able to scramble a fighter in time and the opponent will
Too late.
do
Goodbye.
something, you need to have a quick turnaround. That's one of the great things of the Gripen.
Andre let me sit on the cockpit to take a closer look.
So gears. So this is your stick in the middle, your throttle here.
Yeah, and actually that's a system hand controller, as we call it. So it's actually a joystick. You can see it's on the same time. If you push it forward,
Yes.
the whole thing forward.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on the same time is the thrust.
Oh,
so you're
okay.
able to control the system and at the same
Right.
time
And do your throttle.
and do the throttle.
Gee. Well, only because it's fly-by-wire too, huh?
Yeah.
Your throttle doesn't have any cables, so
No,
it's
it's a FADEC.
fly-by-wire.
So you're actually controlling a computer that will do everything
And
needed.
same here.
Yeah, it's same there.
Wow, this feels good. Can't imagine flying something like this.
So now I brief you about the Gripen. Are you ready to fly?
Fly, yes, I'm ready anytime.
Well, it's a single-seat aircraft. It's a solo flight.
Uh-oh. Maybe I need another 24 hours of breathing.
Okay, you will manage.
I feel I needed more than 24 hours of briefing to be able to fly a fighter this advanced. So I decided to do the next best thing, observe it closely from the ground.
Very lucky today, we were given the opportunity to observe the test flight of the Gripen. And we're right here, very close to the runway, to see how it really works.
It was an incredibly powerful, short-field takeoff. With a relatively low operating cost and packing highly advanced technology, the Gripen proves that the age of air superiority fighters is far from over. Up next, I explore more of Sweden, driving up north to the Laplands and deep into its Arctic wilderness.